Hi there, welcome back to our channel, and as always, we have exciting content for you on this channel. If you're a new viewer, it's your lucky day. You found a channel with amazing content. Today we're bringing you some botched robberies and thieves caught in the act of stealing. There have been many instances of thieves caught stealing thanks to different circumstances. Some caught red-handed on CCTV footage, others by random strangers or maybe an off-duty officer in the vicinity. Today we bring you 10 of such instances, some of them quite serious, others somewhat funny, some of them are old, some recent, but I assure you these are all real events. Rest assured, you're about to dive into premium infotainment, shall we? Number 1. Citizens Bank Robbery, Philadelphia. On February 27th this year, Philadelphia police responded to an attempted bank robbery Friday in the city's Tioga Nicetown section. The incident, which occurred moments before 3:30 p.m. at a Citizens Bank on Germantown Avenue, was ultimately foiled when a thief was caught in the robbery process. Police say man wearing sunglasses and dressed in a black discharged his weapon one time in the vestibule. Eyewitness videos showed the district police waiting outside the bank while the thief stole from the bank. As soon as the suspect walked out of the door, the police moved in to make quite a simple arrest. The suspect was caught red-handed. He was outnumbered and outgunned. Cash could be seen dropping from a bag the suspect was holding. The suspect was apprehended and the weapon was confiscated from him. No injuries or struggles were reported. Number 2. Chanel store robbery, New York. Just days prior to our first story, on February 23rd, the alleged ringleader of a bold Chanel store robbery in New York was reported to have been arrested in Florida. Prosecutors said 29-year-old Brooklyn native Eric Spencer was one of the 4 men who burst into the Chanel store in broad daylight and grabbed nearly $190,000 in merchandise. FBI and NYPD officials confirmed that Spencer, who brandished a gun during the heist, was arrested on Saturday in Fort Lauderdale, just 18 days after the initial heist. Prosecutors say that day after the robbery, Spencer bragged on social media that he could open a small boutique with the items that were stolen. He couldn't resist gloating. Investigators are still searching for the other 3 suspects in the robbery. Number 3. Carjacking, Brisbane. On the streets of Brisbane, Australia, a rather silly thief was caught attempting to steal an in-car GPS from a car that was equipped with an internal camera. If the fact that his face was obvious in the footage was not enough on its own, it turned out that the almost successful car thief had his name and date of birth tattooed on his neck, which was clearly visible to the cameras in the car. The unfortunate thief was arrested and jailed for 7 months, which is a longer than usual penalty for the offense, reason being that other 10 offenses he owned up that he had to be taken into consideration. Number 4. Lover Thief, Ohio. Would you love to go on a date? These were the suggested words of a lovesick thief to his victim. In 2009, Columbus, Ohio, when Diana Martinez was robbed in her home one day, she would have been terrified by that alone, but we can only imagine the shock and fear that she must have felt when one of the robbers returned a couple of hours later to ask her out on a date. The police arrested 22-year-old Stefan Bennett on Diana's doorstep when he came to woo his new LOML. Diana said, "It's never happened. I've never had anything like this before." "We are quite sure nobody else has either," Police Sergeant Sean Lard said. She recognized him right away when he returned and was able to have her cousin call 911. Diana was lucky the robber was so love-struck. The last thing you want him is to have a robber return to the scene of a crime. It still remains a surprise that the thief would return to where he just stole because of an attraction like a moth to flames. Number 5. Electronic store, Brisbane. Let's return to Brisbane, Australia once again, where just recently in March, a man attempted to burgle an electronics store. About 1 a.m., the man attempted a James Bond-style entry from the roof of the store, only to find out that the movie stunts are done by professionals and not random burglars. Things did not go to plan as the thief tried to lower himself down onto a desk and managed to trip onto the desk instead after twisting his foot on the rope, causing him to lose balance and a shoe. The man promptly scoped the area around after attempting to steal some secured laptops. He attempted to make his escape through the roof again, empty-handed, only to be caught while leaving, having triggered the silent alarm. Number 6. Susquehanna Bank Robbery, Pennsylvania. In a rather awkward scenario in Spring-Getsbury Township, Pennsylvania, a would-be bank robber threatened to file an official complaint against the newly opened Susquehanna Bank's branch office just a week after it opened. What sets this apart from most complaints is that it was not about the bank's services, fees, or charges. In fact, the complaints had more to do with his unsuccessful robbery than poor service. The thief, 48-year-old Joseph Goetz, after attempting to rob the bank, fled the scene when he learned that the bank branch had no cash to give him, so he vowed to make an official complaint while the bank manager about the lack of cash on site. However, a bank customer who has been using the bank's drive-through service at the time overheard the event and followed Mr. Goetz home. The unidentified hero phoned the police, who caught up with the would-be bank robber and arrested him on suspicion of attempted robbery. Number 7. Vasant Chowk Pickpocket Saga, Karanj. In In 2010, Karaj police documented the arrest of 3 women on the charges of pickpocketing. They were caught red-handed by the detection staff of the Karaj police. The women, who hail from Maharashtra, reportedly come to the city during festive seasons to steal. These Indian women, 2 of which were pregnant, were nabbed while they were trying to escape with a stolen bag in the busy market at Vasant Chowk. The 3 were identified as Ganga Kasai, Sunita Kasai, and Kavita Sashani. According to reports around the time, such gangs became active during Diwali when the city's streets are buzzing with people. The women were caught after one Kalpana Prajapati screamed for help in the bustling Vasant Chowk market at Karaj. Police claimed that Gagna snatched Kalpana's bag and passed it to another woman, Sunita, who in turn gave it to the 3rd accused, Kavita. However, before they could escape, the police nabbed them. Police also said that the gang attempted stealing in an organized manner. Number 8. Lemon Heist, California. When life gives you lemons, make lemon juice, and if life doesn't give you lemons, steal them. At least that's what one California man seems to have done. In August of 2018, Riverside County Sheriff's Office confirmed in a statement that police officers have caught a man with 362 kilos of stolen lemons. The 69-year-old man, Dionisio Fierros, was arrested with approximately 362 kilos of freshly picked lemons in his vehicle. It was not immediately clear what he was planning to do with the lemons. The arrest took place when the police were investigating a string of agricultural thefts in the area. However, the incident ended on a sour note for Mr. Fierros, as it always does for thieves. He was booked into the Indio jail on a charge for theft. The unusual theft attempt led to a lot of jokes on Twitter, with one user tweeting, "This gives a new meaning to lemon laws." Number 9. Shopping cart hero, Georgia. Just before the worldwide COVID-19 lockdown, a man in Georgia, US, received praise for his quick thinking in pushing a grocery cart in the way of a shoplifting suspect on the run, thwarting his escape bid. According to CNN, the incident occurred when Peachtree City Police responded to a call about 2 men attempting to shoplift at a Home Depot outlet in the city. When police officers approached the 2 men in the parking lot, they attempted to flee the scene. That is when the Good Samaritan, who has not been identified since, pushed his grocery cart in front of one of the suspects, sending him tumbling to the ground and allowing the cops to catch up with him. Footage released by the Peachtree City Police Department shows the Good Samaritan in action. Police say that they were thankful for the citizens' quick thinking, but again, people avoid intervening in a police situation. Again, while we are eternally grateful for the citizens' quick thinking and impeccable timing, we never encourage anybody to intervene in a police situation, wrote the police department while sharing the video. "Thank you, shopping cart guy, and then PTC police," wrote one person in the comments section. "Still love his quick decision and aim," said another. Fox News reported that police later identified the shoplifting suspect as Marcus Smith. The 41-year-old was charged with felony shoplifting and obstruction. Number 10. CTA Robber Chicago. Another thief caught in the act of stealing with the help of a random civilian was a 30-year-old felon identified as Anderson. Back in October of 2019, hours before the Chicago Marathon was to start, a Chicago Transit Authority train was the stage for Mr. Anderson as he robbed passengers at gunpoint until he was caught. Not by the police or any other law enforcement agency, but by another passenger. The heroic passenger was identified as 54-year-old Jean-Paul Lapierre. Mr. Lapierre wrestled the gun from a thief and held him captive until the police arrived. Anderson was arrested and charged with a series of indictments, while Jean-Paul Lapierre went on to participate in his 12th Chicago Marathon. And there it is. We promised you premium infotainment, and we delivered. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and tell us your opinion in each case in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share the video as well. We have more videos for you that will keep you entertained. Click on the bell icon to get a notification as soon as we post another video.